Watching this Malayalam film, it didn't feel like I'm watching a Malayalam film. I'm talking about Varsha Vasudev's directed Chinna Chinna Aasai, which stars Indrans and Madhoo in the leading role. You know, it's interesting to see a Malayalam film which is not set in Kerala. It is set in very far away in North India, in Varanasi, because it gives you an opportunity to see how someone from Kerala would depict a location and place which they have seen from the outside. How would they show that? And comparing that to how Bollywood would show that. In that case, you can say when Bollywood, mostly people are from Bombay. Even for them, Varanasi is a different location. Even they are outsiders. Actually, long back, Satyajit Ray made his film there. The second part of a trilogy, Aparijito. The initial portion of the film was set in Varanasi, Banaras. From there to a film like Masan, which is totally, taking place there. And we have seen Varanasi and the Ghats in so many other films. Even in a Malayalam film called Falimi. And let me know if there's another Malayalam film that was shot there. And Varanasi as a setting, as a location is very intriguing. It's actually a place for the dead. It's a place where people say goodbye to the mortal world. It's a place where the souls depart from earth, a place where people say final goodbyes to their loved ones. And if you look at it, it's also a place where you get mukti, you get moksha. Just setting your story in this environment would make it very interesting. And in this story, we have these two strangers who by accident come across each other. They meet almost by chance, and that one moment changes each other's life. Like literally, there's a dialogue in the film that people come to Varanasi to literally give away their heart. You are the first one who have come here to actually earn one. I love the fact that the whole story takes place in a single day. There is no time wasted on setting things up, not getting into the backstories. We get a one minor flashback, that's it. And mostly the things we learn about the characters is through the dialogue. Just as the characters are learning about each other, we as audience are also learning about them. And seeing a relationship build between these two 50 plus people, it was very innocent. They were almost childlike. Throughout the film, the way they talk to each other, the way they always sit apart, there's always a gap between them. And as the film goes ahead, the gap keeps getting shorter. And it's the performances which brings that flavor to it. For Indrans, he's just so cute. Just looking at his face, he's an innocent guy. He's such a lovely character. And I think that does half of the job. I feel like if some other actor had played this role, they would have done it very differently. It could not have been the same. My father is a huge admirer of him, and I cannot wait to show him the film. And I'm so happy to see him, getting a lead character in a film like this. First of all, no one writes films like this where you have characters in their 50s. And over that, it's a very unusual casting. Madhu does such a good job of playing a character who's going through a lot of things mentally, but nothing is coming out. Just looking at her, she's thinking something. And through the film, there are a lot of clues through her performance and body language that something is wrong, something is up. And as slowly things get revealed, you totally understand it. Now, it's not an easy film to shoot at all because they had to shoot it throughout the Ghats. And I think they shot it during the winter times because the other characters around them, or the actual people around them, they were wearing winter clothes. Now, this is my filmmaking brain which cannot stop while watching the film. Throughout the film, actually, you cannot see the sun. And that could be because they shot most of the outdoor shots in the early daytime when there's less crowd, because that's easier to do. If you shoot in the daytime, it'll be so crowded, you're not able to do what you want. And I'm sure the night shots were very late in night. And actually, the way they have depicted Varanasi, it's very interesting. It's almost like a tourism video because it shows the place in such a different light. The different things people eat there, the different kind of people who come there. Someone is making a reel, someone is crying. There's a dark side to the place, but also a lighter one. It depends on the way you look at it. We walked through the guards, through the lanes, through the city, and the coverage for all these moments was really well done. Now, I'm guessing they didn't have a lot of budget and they had to cast, characters which will show up in the film, the side roles, to the people already there. Of course, there were some surprises with the cast. I'll not spoil it here. But these side characters, like when they come on screen, they have to deliver one or two lines. It just like somewhere in me, like, come on, let it go. It's okay. It's just a film. Just focus on the story. Don't. But no, somewhere inside, like that delivery, that dialogue, it's It's like, foreigners are there and you just got them and told them just say it one or two lines in the film and they did it, and it's so fabricated and they're trying to just deliver a line for the camera. I controlled myself. Another reason why I didn't feel like a Malayalam film was because of a big song sequence we had. It was shot so beautifully. I think one of the best I've seen in Malayalam films. In the past, I've said, when I've seen these, choreographed dance sequences in films, it doesn't work that well for me. I think Bollywood does a much better job because they have been doing it for a longer time. I'm talking about the, current films, not the older ones. But the way the song and dance is shot in this, it's beautiful. It is a very, slow paced, simple film. There are no big twists and turns that are coming in your way. It's a film film, that you need to feel. It's almost like a poem, and that's how even the characters are talking to each other. The existential questions they are asking about life, about family, about the children, about desires. There's so many things to discuss, and it's almost like a breakdown of human life. Even the way the screenplay structure is not about big thing happening in the climax, which does happen, but the main arc for the character happens almost in the start of the second half, kind of the resolution you would want for the characters to happen. It is like 96 but for a different age group, where no one is cheating. Both are actually single in a sense. It's just the things they've experienced in life, things that they didn't have living, which they may find in each other. Now, will they come together? Won't they? I'll leave that to you when you watch the film. I'll just say keep the tissues ready. The theme of death, the human connection of your own desires which you have suppressed. This film talks about all of that, but again, just through the dialogues between the characters. That's it. It's almost like a magical film. It's very heartwarming. For the times we live in, we don't get such films, which is very real to our world, but also makes you feel good. It's not really about the bigger narrative, but the smaller moments that matter. And that's why it's about two little hearts coming together. Now, there's this dual language angle in the film where one is talking Malayalam, one is talking Tamil. And when you're reading subtitles and they don't mention when they're speaking what, it becomes hard to, understand that layering. But watching the film, I realize actually I can tell when someone is speaking Malayalam and Tamil. There is some texture to the voice and the words and the way they sound that I could tell that what is Tamil, what is Malayalam. I'm getting there, guys. But what do you think about this film? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't seen my top 10 films of the year so far in the first 6 months, definitely check it out. A very wild list. There are some very hardcore choices. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, share this, and I will see you next time.